Now we want to look at some problems involving money and investment, so we have to keep very careful track of the dollars. Let's read our helpful hint. Let x equal the amount of one investment and the total minus x equal the amount of the other investment. Then multiply each investment by the respective interest rate. Let's read the problem. Franco invested $4,000 in money market funds. Part was invested at 14% interest, the rest at 11% interest. At the end of each year, the fund company pays interest. After 1 year, he earned $482 in simple interest. How much was invested at each interest rate? Let's see how we can solve this problem. The major concern we have is the $4,000 is invested in two parts, part at 14% and the rest at 11%. The helpful hint suggested that we stop and specify these two amounts, one to be the variable and one 4,000 minus the variable. So suppose we let x equal the amount invested at 14% interest. Now we started out with $4,000. If we've used up x dollars, then there's 4,000 minus x left. So that's the amount invested at 11%. Now, how do we find interest? We have to take the interest rate times the amount of money. If our money is invested at 14%, then 0.14 times x would tell us how much interest we have. If we have 4,000 minus x dollars invested at 11%, then 11% or 0.11 times 4,000 minus x will tell us how much interest we have for that. The total interest for the year from the two investments is $482. Now, if we remove the parentheses, we have 0.14x added to 440 minus 0.11x equals 482. We can simplify by adding the x's, 1400x minus 1100x, that gives us 300x added to 440 equals 482. If we subtract 440 from each side, 300x equals 42. Now we need to do a division. We need to divide both sides by 0.03. If we do that division, we come up with 1,400. Now that tells us the value for x. X is 1,400. What about the other quantity, the 4,000 minus x? So 4,000 minus x would be 4,000 minus 1,400, and this would give us a total of 2,600. So exactly how do we answer the problem? The 1,400 was x, so we can say we invested $1,400 at that interest rate, which was 14%, and the other amount of money, $2,600, was invested at 11%. In these kind of investment problems, it's very important to keep track of what amount of money was invested at what rate. So when you set up the variables, be sure you describe which one is 14% and which one is 11%.